Welcome to the Spirits Wall Beer Review. I am Jammer.
Welcome, welcome. I am Shagdog.
Yes, Shagdog. What you got there that you're gonna, show the viewers and talk about?
I am doing McKenzie's Pumpkin Jack. It's actually a pumpkin cider. It was in the beer section. I grabbed it just thinking it was a pumpkin beer. But it's a pumpkin cider on Untapped. Says it's a hard cider, West Seneca, New York. Cidery. It gets 3 3/4 circles out of 5.
Interesting. I know you are a big cider fan, and this should be interesting to see how you like this one. I'm doing Gourd's Gone Wild by Tampa Bay Brewing Company. It is a pumpkin ale, as you can see by the can. It gets an 88 by the BA. It is a 5.5 ABV. And it's made by Tampa Bay Brewing Company, which is family owned and Florida brewed. That's all I got for you guys. Wait a minute. Here we go. Gourd's Gone Wild is a rich, full-bodied taste explosion. Its deep red amber color comes from malts known for their malty sweetness, providing an awesome backbone for our famous pumpkin pie spice combination. The aromas should offer nutmeg, cloves, vanilla, roasted pecans. Gourd's flavor profile showcases nutmeg, cloves, allspice, vanilla, and that wonderful flaky pie crust. Not bready, not biscuity, crusty. There is even a touch of the whipped cream on the back end. What whipped cream? I do not know.
Sounds interesting.
Yes, it
I
is
hate
quite
Untapped.
interesting.
Untapped sucks because it's just somebody drinking a beer somewhere, usually on draft, and they say, "Wow, this is very good." They don't really give a description or anything. It's just
Untap is not like the Beer Advocate at all.
Yeah.
Untap is like a beer social media type, Twitter.
Right. Yeah.
Look, I got this beer.
Look, I'm drinking this. It's awesome.
And you're not.
And they show the picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a little tag of just where they're at.
And I'm all right with that. We all have our place in this world.
Hey, Jammer, this one is definitely a light pumpkin little color. It's a light orange to gold, I guess. Mm-hmm. Light gold, light orange. There you go. Head's gone. It's a cider.
Well, I'm going to first start with the can on mine. If you look, it says Gourd's Gone Wild. There's a pumpkin, right? And then on the other side, what does it have? The other side of his face.
Oh, it's like the pumpkin is ripping apart.
Yeah, Gourd's Gone Wild. The can itself, it's a typical silver can with the adhesive label on it. I actually like these better than I do the printed cans now, when they're done right, And, when the adhesive label, and it's pretty well, I kind of like it when it's done right. If the label's done right, it's good,
That means it's going to be a good beer?
I don't know. It would be wonderful if it was. The head is quickly dissipated, but it is an off-white head, and it looks like a pillowy soft, like I could curl up into it and take a little nap. I seem to tend to constantly talk about the beer's heads as that way, whether it's rocky and it's going to be rough and I can't sleep on it, or if it's nice and pillowy and soft. And I guess that's because I have a lack of sleep, and I just, what I mean?
You want to go to sleep.
Yeah. Oh, boy, that looks inviting.
Yeah.
Take a little nap there. Woo. And it's a dark copper, dark copper, reddish orange color.
Almost look a little brownish.
Yeah, it's verging on that brownness. Oh, man. Exactly what they said. I smell the cloves. I smell the vanilla, the nutmeg. I even smell the whipped cream, Shagdog. Yeah. Smells sweet. Oh, I can pick up the flaky crust. Shagdog, I'm telling you.
We'll see.
This is going to be interesting. Hopefully, it lives up to the smell and the look already, and the description. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to be very disappointed. Smells very good.
This one on the smell, I'm getting a little pumpkin. You can tell it's almost like a cider. It has a little sugary sweetness to it.
Yeah.
But there is like a field smell to it, like you're out in a pumpkin, what do you call it?
Patch.
Pumpkin patch. Yeah. And it smells like the patch in like a cold fall, autumn afternoon.
The other day I got a little short glimpse. I got out of my vehicle and it was in the night, and I was taking a break, and I got out of my vehicle to go back inside to work, and there was a light breeze, and I'm like, oh, that feels like fall.
Yeah. It's gone now, huh?
And it went as quick as it came. It went. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple mornings here. It was nice and cool in the morning. I was like, oh, there it is. And now it's gone.
But it never cooled any further. It was just the cool breeze at that moment, and the smell in the air and everything just made me think fall.
Yeah. It got down to, I think, 67 one morning here. 67, 66. Yeah. And the high was only like 83, 84. I was like, wow, that's nice. It was a couple of nice days.
No 69.
No, I mean, I'm sure it had to pass 69 to go back up. So, and went down past 69. Yeah. So it went by 69 twice.
Okay.
Down and up.
And up and down.
All right. Cheers, brother. Here's to the Falltoberfest.
Falltoberfest, Oktoberfest, celebratory pumpkin patch cidery beer.
Right.
Cheers.
We'll see how it tastes. I hope this ain't old. I can't see a date on it though. Ugh. Oh, I wish I could see a date. It tastes a little sour.
Oh, man. Shagdog. I'm picking up cinnamon, nutmeg, lots of vanilla, big and bold on vanilla, creamy. And then I get a little like flaky pie crust taste. It's like not like they said. It's not biscuity. It's not malty. It actually tastes almost like a pie crust. And man, man.
This is sweet like a cider. I'm sure it has apple in it. Probably added some pumpkin flavor in it or something in it.
Very smooth, easy to drink. The body's kind of like medium, very rich in flavor, but then it kind of dissipates, as it goes back. And almost has like a brown, kind of like malty brown ale type finish, It's how brown ales have like that roastiness at the end. There's like a slight glimpse of that. I'm going to tell you, Shagdog, I think this beer right here, if you tried it, you would say it comes closest to the pumpkin pie flavor.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, like last year I was telling you, man, there was a couple pumpkins I had that were good. Usually they're overloaded with allspice, and that's pretty much all you taste. But I had a couple last year that were more like pumpkin or raw pumpkin taste. Very good stuff.
And now that I remember in that description, let me go back. Let me click on this. Okay. Where is it at? There it is. Okay. It did say it had roasted pecans. So I'm picking what that flavor at the end that I was talking about, the brown ale.
Pecan.
It's probably got that roasted pecan. That's what it is. The roasted pecan flavor.
Like a roasted nut brown ale.
Yeah. That's what it is, and that pumpkin pie spice combination that they have, it definitely with the creaminess that you pick up, the malty sweetness, the cloves, the vanilla, the nutmeg, and I'm telling you, it's almost like a cinnamon in there, and I bet you they do have cinnamon in there. They're just not saying, but that allspice definitely, it is, in my opinion, the best pumpkin ale that comes close. And granted, not all ales are trying to taste like a pumpkin pie, but this comes the closest to the flavor, and
Mm.
it is very enjoyable to drink. I like it. I I'm telling you, but I'm gonna hold off on grading it, Shagdog, because sometimes you drink so much of it and you change your opinion. So I'm gonna wait until I get about down to
Yeah.
here, and I'm gonna give it a shot. What
I'm
do you think of that?
pleasantly surprised with this one.
Yeah.
It's because it does have a pumpkin, but it has like an apple cider taste to it. You can tell it's a cider, but it does have pumpkin flavor. It does have cinnamon, maybe even a little allspice in there.
No nutmeg, clove.
Maybe a little clove too. Yeah, I don't taste any nutmeg. It might have a little nutmeg, but it's not like overpowering. It's light on everything, but it's actually pretty good for a cider because you're most thinking apple, all the different flavors they have with apple ciders. This is my first pumpkin cider, I guess, so that's why it's a little
Interesting, huh?
different. A little different, yeah.
Yeah. I thought about that when we were doing the pumpkin ales before. I said, we probably should do the pumpkin ciders. They may come closer to it than the beer.
I prefer some of the beers though, because it does. I don't like ciders, and it does have that cider sweetness in there,
Yeah.
like an apple sweetness. So
Yeah, that's the problem I have with most of the ciders is it's really super
yeah,
sweet.
but it's not bad. I mean, I got another one too. I thought they were both pumpkin beers because they're in the beer section. You usually have ciders in its own section. So I don't know if they just mistakenly put it with all the beers. Hey, pumpkin. Oh, yeah, it's a pumpkin beer. Put it with pumpkins. Not seeing it says cider. Hardly you can't even tell it's an orange on the pumpkin.
Yeah.
Because all I saw was pumpkin jack, but I don't know if you can see it there. It says pumpkin cider underneath the jack. You can barely see it, right?
Yeah, barely.
I mean, so, but oh well. And then I was upset at myself because there's another pumpkin beer I wanted to buy, and it was like a big, very expensive one. And apparently, I didn't pick it up.
Well, that was your subconscious saying, "Hey, you can't afford that. Step
Probably,
off."
yeah. That's almost an hour's pay.
Yeah, step off.
Oh, rugby.
Yeah, I do look at things when I go to buy it as how many hours in hell do I have to pay for that?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And when you do that, a lot of things become not worth it.
Yeah. Or how many days do I have to work?
Yeah.
Work for that.
It's like, yeah, I don't need that bad.
I mean, it's pretty shitty to know that sometimes even certain bills, like I got to work almost a whole day to pay that bill. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Well, that's the rat race you get trapped into. They convince you that you need all this stuff, these gadgets, and all this top quality, happening thing at the moment. Keeping up
Yeah.
with the Joneses. You got to have that fancy new car. You got to have that iPhone and all that stuff. When you can pick up a phone,
Yeah.
an Android or whatever, and it's just as well, you know. I guess that's a cue to get back to the pumpkin grading, huh?
Oh, I guess so. Is that Halloween music? Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grade this, Shagdog. I'm going to give it an A. An A. Hell, I'm going to give it an A plus.
Wow.
And a swallow.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one for a cider, a straight up B and a swallow. There you go.
And it's not so much that it tastes like a pumpkin pie, because it really doesn't taste much like a pumpkin pie. Better than most. But what it does do is it has the qualities of a pumpkin pie in there.
Yeah.
And it makes me think, That's delicious.
Yeah.
And like I always say, all beers are good. Some just vary in goodness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and yeah, like I used to say, I hated pumpkin beers, but then last year was the first time I got like 3 or 4 good ones out of the 8 or 9 I got. Now
Yeah,
I did do a Southern Tier, one of the ones they had last year, and I saw a different one they had online,
yeah,
but it's the same styles, almost same alcohol percentage. I don't know what difference is in them. And then there's another one they had today. So they had the two Southern Tiers I never tried before, but I was like, you know what? The first one I didn't like it because it was nothing but allspice.
yeah.
So that steered me away from their other two, which one of them might be good for all I know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's funny how that works.
I should have bought it. Maybe it is different, but I was like, man, that first one I had last year is called the Pumpkin. Pumpkin. The king of pumpkins. It was a lot too much allspice, so that steered me away. They had one called Wicked something, and I forget what the other one's called, but
Shagdog, you must remember one of the prime rules we had at the Spill or Swallow Beer Review. We're drinking these beers not just for us to be able to experience, but
right.
to convey our experiences to the world.
That's true.
And in doing so, we must drink all beers.
Yeah, wow.
So, for us to drink all the different beers, you're just going to have to say, "Hey, yeah, that one's bad by that company, but let me go ahead and buy the other one."
Yeah, I'll do that next time I go out.
You got to get your mind right, boy.
Boy.
That's going back to Cool Hand Luke. Get your mind right.
Yeah.
Still shaking, bro. Yeah.
Ooh. Certain people don't like be calling boys.
I know. It's silly, too.
Yeah.
I never got offended by it, especially if it was an older person telling me this.
Yeah. I mean, if someone's my same age or my boss, come on, boy.
If it was my boss, I'd be like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Some old man got killed up there on 301 in town, north of town, I guess. Got hit. Somebody lost control of their car, changing lanes, or whatever, hit another car. The other car hit some old man head on or whatever, and yeah, he got killed. 60-some-year-old man.
Which just goes to show that you never know.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a road is 45, 50 miles an hour right there, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. You never know when your number's called. You never know when you vacate that body.
Yeah.
So, with that being said...
you never know when you... Because I don't know if you ever heard of this, but the Soul Cube up on the moon... Yeah, the Chinese discovered it about last year. Rovers. The Soul Cube.
Cube.
Yeah, when you die, your soul is supposed to go to heaven, but that's why people get reincarnated. The lizard people got the Soul Cube up on the moon, so it captures your soul and sends you back down to be reincarnated because they feed off people's energies, negative energies and stuff. So.
Oh, well, that would explain a lot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and the Soul Cube supposedly is talked about in some old texts, Sumerian or whatever, up on the moon. And sure enough, there's some big ass cube up on the moon that Chinese found.
Now, where did you learn this?
Y-Files.
Oh, okay. And what was his conclusion?
That one he didn't have nothing about it's fake or anything. He goes, "Yeah, don't know." Well, that's one we can't tell you because the moon, the Chinese rover discovered the cube type structure on the moon. Back almost like 9 months ago, and I guess as far away as it was, it's like that small. It's going to drive to it. It says it's going to take 3 months because I guess up at the moon it drives slow because of gravity and all that. And so it should take 3 months to get to it. Well, they haven't updated anything since then. So what's Chinese keeping secret about it? That was a year ago. Should have been there like 6 or 7 months ago.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Soul Cube. Lizard people.
Lizard people. Yeah. And the Chinese.
Yeah.
That's an interesting combination you got going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as I was saying, you never know when your number's called.
Right.
So you might as well enjoy life to the fullest.
Right.
That's all I was trying to say. I didn't want to get off and say
Oh,
about Soul Cube and
hey, they say that's also
let your
reincarnation.
soul shine.
People are dying or near death experience. They're going towards the light, but
It's
a lot of
better
people.
than moonshine.
I think an actual
It's
comedian
damn
had
sure
the,
better than rain.
the comedian had the theory of, well, you're going to the tunnel of light and you're seeing people, or basically your brain's playing tricks on you. You're seeing people that you know or don't know that might have seen pictures of in your family, whatever. And you're going towards that light. Well, guess what? When a baby's born, it's dark, and you're going towards the light, and you come out screaming, and you're screaming because you just left your life behind, and now you got to start all over. And you're like, ah.
Yeah. Well, that would have been the perfect cue for the guy with the cowboy, in the clouds.
Cowboy in the clouds.
Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about.
You know the thing? I don't know. Cowboys in the clouds?
And the cowboy in the cloud or whatever that stupid thing was. It was a YouTube thing, viral video back in the day.
Oh. Wow. That's interesting, Jammer. Very interesting.
You don't remember that?
No.
I'm surprised you don't remember that. Let me see if I can't pull it up here. Here. Let me see if here we go. Pulling it up. Hold on. I'm gonna share it in a moment. If it ever would play after all these ads. God, I tell you, this world is hurting.
That sucks. I can't find that sound effect I had earlier. Horrible. I never seen that before.
Where were you when it became popular?
What year did it come out?
6 years ago?
Oh, shit. I was probably getting drunk.
That's when this video came up 6 years ago, and I knew about it back then.
Why didn't you tell me about it?
This is back in like 2011 when it actually was probably popular.
Well, 6 years ago.
2014 maybe.
12 years ago.
I said when that video came out, there was other videos. This is a spoof on this.
Oh. How come we didn't do it?
Everybody used that as a spoof.
We should have been doing it in the beer room.
It's like the Rickroll thing, you know.
With the green
Everybody
screen.
uses. Yeah, well, we
done that
could have. We could have. I can't do everything. I was the creative energy, but I could not do everything.
I was creative.
Yeah.
Whatever. But if I don't know about
creative drinker.
I can't create things if I don't know about it.
Sometimes you drink it like this. Sometimes you drink it like that. And sometimes like that.
Yeah.
All right, so it's been 27 minutes, Shagdog. Should we go ahead and close this one out?
Yeah, let's close this one out. It was just a quick.
Just want to tell you, Shagdog. I think we should close this out.
Okay. Yeah, and this one was a quick. Why is all my
27 minutes,
Man,
going 29.
Oh boy. This one was a quick get a little intro going for the Falltoberfest.
Yeah.
So I gotta go to bed. I gotta wake up for training tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Train.
We'll see you on the next one.
I'm Jammer. We are the Spitter Swallow Beer Review.
Yes.
We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, liking, and sharing.